Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Hannah, and in today's video we are going to be discussing some inexpensive ways to decorate for springtime and how you can incorporate some seasonal refreshes without breaking the bank. So if this is something you are interested in watching, just keep on watching. All right, so in today's video, I'm gonna break it up into some tips and tricks on ways to incorporate that spring feeling into our home without breaking the bank. But before we get into this video, I definitely just want to break it down for you guys on not feeling like you have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff in order for your spaces to feel like a season. Having a huge seasonal refresh is in my opinion, a little much. I have been trying to advocate more here on my channel that we can have a beautiful home and we can have our homes feel like a certain season without breaking the bank or feeling like we need to rush out and buy a bunch of stuff. I'm going to continue to push that on here on my channel. I understand this is my wheelhouse. I do share, I do link things, and I appreciate anybody that supports me via my affiliate links. But I do want you guys to feel at the end of the day that I'm not trying to push you guys to buy things. I really want to push you guys to think outside the box, utilize things you already have, move things around in order for your spaces to feel different. Because sometimes I feel like in this whole world of home decor and content creating, it becomes a kind of keeping up with the Joneses mentality, which I did discuss on my Instagram. I feel like everybody's just trying to do new refreshes and buy new things, and it creates this very unrealistic expectation of us that we feel like we have to go buy all of this stuff in order for our homes to feel a certain way. And so that's why I wanted to curate a list of things that we can do in order to make our homes feel like a spring or a summer season, but without feeling like we have to buy a bunch of stuff and make in order for it to feel like that. So hopefully you guys get some ideas from this list. I will be doing a few B-rolls and some pictures to give you some visuals on ways that we can incorporate that. But without further ado, you guys, let's get into today's video. All right, so the easiest, super inexpensive thing is no-brainer are our stems. Stems are gonna be the biggest change for your space without breaking the bank. If you guys would have caught my spring decorate with me, I have two parts that are live. I can link them up in the cards. I utilized all stems from prior years, moving them around in different spaces. Now, I do want to stress you guys that you don't have to just have flowers every single place. I do suggest having a variety of different stems, different breeds, but also bringing in your greenery as well. So when you think of spring, I have stems that have like little buds of leaves coming off. So it breaks it up from all the flowers that I do have in my house. So don't be afraid to bring in just plain greenery along with your floral stems. But this is such a great place to start when it comes to refreshing your space. This is also a really fun way to see the styles. I have a lot of different texture within my home, a lot of different colors that I'm not used to using. So I have lots of greenery and plum colors. I didn't just go straight to white, which I think a lot of people do for the springtime. So get creative and shop your local places for some stems. Some of my favorites are Etsy. They have a lot of great places. Amazon has a lot of really inexpensive stems available. Darby Creek Trading is another really great place for some stems, so definitely be on the hunt for some fun stems, refreshing your space for the spring. The next item on this list is spring inspired artwork. Now this is such a simple thing to incorporate in your spaces, and I will always recommend going to Etsy for downloadable artwork. These usually cost anywhere from $4 to $6 depending on what you end up going with, but there are thousands of sellers selling different florals, different spring inspired artwork. That's really also really fun if you are one that decorates for Easter. They have so many cute ones for the Easter time, whether it's little bunnies or eggs, and they're all really inexpensive. All you have to do is print them out at home, or you can go to a local Staples, have them printed if you're doing maybe a larger print, pop it in your own frame, and you have a very inexpensive artwork piece for your home for the season. Now, if you are a DIYer, which I am personally not, I've had quite a few DIY fails, there are ways to do your own prints. You can go to Michael's and pick up a canvas or Hobby Lobby and paint your own picture. You could even get super crafty and do floral pressing to have that more florally type feel when it comes to springtime, painting landscape. Again, if you are a DIYer, if you are one that really gets crafty, you can make your own artwork for very little to no money at all. So definitely lean into that spring artwork. Printable, I definitely feel like is the way to go. If you want something that is already done, ready to go, framed artwork, one of my favorite companies to shop is Petal Lane Home. They have really affordable, already pre-framed artwork. You can find them on tjmax.com, Marshalls, and obviously online. They are a standalone business, but that is one company that I always find really cool pieces of artwork for a very little price tag. So that is the next item on this bullet list, is spring inspired artwork. So the next tip on this list is upcycled decor. And what that means is heading to your local thrift shops, going to your Goodwills, going to an antique store. I know sometimes people aren't super into antiquing, or they kind of wrap antiquing into like grandma and grandpa type items, but I've actually come across a lot of really cool pieces at antique stores and even Goodwills where it's like cool baskets or candle holders that are really well priced, and it gives you that kind of refreshed feeling without breaking the bank. And sometimes you'll be really surprised with the things that you do find, and utilizing it in your home and bringing in that kind of used and lived in look, having it be a more curated space. And so honestly, upcycling decor is honestly really great for the environment, and it also is, I think the hunt is half the fun. You just never know what you're gonna find. So don't be afraid to check out your local thrift shops, Goodwills, and antique shops. The next bullet on our list is color. Now, how can we incorporate color? We've already talked about stems, but honestly, adding textiles to your space is going to make it feel so much more like your season that you're trying to reflect. Now, I know I'm gonna be saying that a lot within today's video, but honestly, textiles are probably one of the biggest, if not the second best, when it comes to refreshing a space. Even just switching out your color from a dark colored pillow cover to a light colored pillow cover is going to make a huge difference and change the overall feeling of your space. I did that recently with my living room. I went from a very obviously fall winter look to just refreshing a couple of my pillow covers to have more floral, a little bit lighter in tone. So like bringing in your creams, your light browns, beiges, that's going to make it feel airy, bright, and obviously more like springtime. Now, I would highly recommend not buying actual physical pillows. So when you go to Home Goods, I would steer clear from those because they are so bulky to store. I have been honestly buying just pillow covers for like the last 2 years. They're super easy to store. They don't take up a lot of space, and I have them folded in my laundry room so I can see the pattern, and they are really great for just swapping out when I want something different. If I want a different look, pillow covers are definitely my go-to. Couple places I enjoy shopping for pillow covers because I know a lot of people have questions on that. Etsy has a ton of great sellers on there for pillow covers, whether you're floral, stripe, geometric. They have a ton of covers to choose from. If you are really watching your budget, Amazon is hands down a really great place to shop for floral pattern pillows for springtime. I've honestly been seeing a lot of like floral block that we see on Etsy more on Amazon. So I don't know if the sellers are the same, but we are definitely seeing a lot more of that more there, and they're about $20 to $15 a piece. I can't speak to the quality, but I know Amazon is definitely offering more of that like floral block pattern if that is something you are into. I love Hackner Home. She's a little bit more expensive, so obviously we're trying to keep this budget friendly. Woven Nook is a great spot. There's a lot of really great sellers out there that have all of these kind of spring-like beautiful pillow covers for not that much money. That's going to make a huge difference within your space. While we're still speaking of textiles, throw blankets are also a really great place to refresh. Those typically run you about $20. I refresh mine every now and then just because they do get thrashed with my children. And so I love bringing in just a different pattern every now and then, or even just a basic cream blanket for that feeling of spring, that color that we want to have it more exude that lighter, airy, bright feeling. So your textiles are going to bring in your color, your pattern, and obviously that spring feeling. So that is the next item on our. All right, this next bullet is a big one. How your house smells. People overlook this so much, but you can tell a lot about someone's house by how it smells. If you walk in and it doesn't smell good, I don't know. For me, it's really, really important. So I have different avenues on how I keep my house smelling good, and it also reflecting, obviously, that spring feeling. There's different scents to reflect spring, whether that's lavender, citrus, floral scents, whatever you are into, you can really incorporate that feeling by scent and that sensation of your home smelling good. Now, obviously, some people don't enjoy burning candles, which I get, but for me, I'll have my diffuser going all day when we're not home. It has like a 6 to 8 hour timer, so I will have that diffuse all day so my home is smelling good. And then when we are home, I really enjoy lighting my candles, not only for the ambiance, but obviously that smell factor too. So don't neglect your scent. I think that's really important when it comes to springtime. And this is super inexpensive. You can obviously buy your candles at TJ Maxx. You can buy them online on Amazon. So don't neglect your scent for springtime. All right, the next item, super simple, is your front door, your wreaths. This is such a great way to add in the feeling of whatever season you are trying to reflect. Obviously, it's the first thing everybody sees when they come to your space is your wreath. And so that's a really great way to incorporate spring without breaking the bank. Now, if you don't want to go out and buy a brand new one, going back to our thrifting, that upcycled decor, going thrifting, going to Goodwill, going to these other secondhand stores to thrift something, even if you don't find a wreath in general, you can pick up faux stems and create your own. If you're a DIYer, which I will continue to talk about here, if you are someone that likes to create things, go to Hobby Lobby. They have a whole section of dried grapevine wreaths that you can really do whatever you want, whether that's picking up clearance stems, fabric, whatever it may be, and creating your own wreath. It's fun. You're getting creative, you're creating a one-of-a-kind piece, and you're also going to be saving a ton of money rather than going out and buying a brand new one. So your spring wreath is definitely going to be something that's going to reflect that season without breaking the bank. Bringing nature in. This is one of my favorites because I definitely feel like this is so inexpensive to do, and it really does make a huge difference. What I mean by bringing nature in, that could be real florals. So if you have florals outside, I love faux because I obviously don't have to worry about them, but there really doesn't be a beautiful bouquet of flowers. You can pick these up at Trader Joe's if you have a garden, doing a kind of a cut garden, bringing in some of that outdoor elements in. I also feel like doing citrus. Citrus is such a simple thing, or if it's a lemon tree, a lime tree, bringing in real fruit, even faux fruit if you want to, a bowl for bowl filler. This is another really simple thing to do to your space, to pop in that color, to pop in that feeling of springtime without feeling like you have to spend a bunch of money. Spring decor does not have to be a certain bubble. It could really be as simple as adding lemons to a bowl and having that feeling of it being a little bit more spring, summer. Again, this doesn't cost a lot of money. So definitely lean into those natural elements, whether that's fresh fruit, stems from outside, and you will definitely be surprised with how much that can do to help your space feel like spring. All right, and the very last item on this list for spring decor and ways to not break the bank in order for our homes to feel like that is going to be just tablescapes, bringing in different table elements like fun runners, fun textiles like your kitchen towels. If you are one that really enjoys putting together an elaborate tablescape, you can get really creative on ways to make that happen. If you are one that is going to be decorating for Easter time, there are so many great cups, great plates out there for not that much money at like Home Goods and TJ Maxx that I've come across that exude that spring feeling with the kind of more traditional colors like your light pinks, your light blues, if you are one that really enjoys doing that. But definitely bringing in a cool tablescape is another really fun way, an inexpensive place to start when it comes to decorating your home for the springtime. All right, you guys, and that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my budget-friendly spring refresh with ideas on ways that we can incorporate things without feeling like we have to buy a bunch of stuff. Get creative, move things around, and you will definitely surprise yourself with how your space will feel different without having to spend a ton of money. So until the next video, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.